Okay, so here we are with a dirty cast iron skillet. We've got a lovely pot holder, goes right on here. We're just going to take this off for now. Now, a cast iron skillet that's dirty like this, generally pretty easy to clean. As you can see, that's all kind of crusted on there. Not really the most pleasant sort of thing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to clean it. Now, to clean it, I've actually found one of the best methods is to just go ahead and turn your water on. Get it nice and hot. Nice and hot. Should be almost there. Now here we have really hot water. I mean, you can see the steam just rising up out of there. So we have really hot water. I'm going to go ahead and just set that in there. Okay? We'll turn that off. Now be sure you never, ever use dish soap, because that will, I almost promise you, will ruin your cast iron. And if a well-meaning friend or someone decides to put soap in your cast iron, you can always re-season it. You really can. But for the most part, just never use soap, because it'll take the season right off, and it'll turn into, instead of a non-stick, it'll be an always stick type dish. So anyway, I like to let the water sit in there for a minute, and then as you can see, you just kind of, gently, you don't even have to very hard, or you don't have to scrub it very hard to get this stuff off. I like to just, like I said, kind of run a spoon around the inside, just like this. Get all that crusted stuff off of there. Okay, just like that. Now, if there's anything really stuck on there, you can use more force if you need to. You're not going to hurt these. You're not going to hurt these cast iron skillets. But if you see, there's just that little spot right there that needs to be taken care of. Okay. Yeah. I'm mistaken. There's a little more. Okay, so once you get your cast iron skillet scraped out, rinsed out, you come on over here to the stove. And I like to use a good big burner. And we're actually just going to come up here and turn this to medium heat, right in the middle there. And just kind of let that heat itself up. So once it dries out, and you should be able to see, let me see if I can get some light on here. Yeah, you can see that moisture. Okay, so once that dries up, then we'll get our olive oil and paper towel and really make it a nice non-stick pan. We'll make it a really nice non-stick pan. So just keep an eye on that, and you'll see the water just disappear. Alright. I don't know if you can see that, but you could feel the heat coming off of there. And you can really see the water just evaporating right out of there. Okay. Alright. So some of the water that's in there is, you know, doing its thing, rolling around. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of wipe any of the leftover water right out of there. Okay? Then we're going to go ahead and take our olive oil, and some people like to put it on the rag. I actually like to just put a little bit right in the middle, just like that. Now some people call it a little too much. Some people use grapeseed, vegetable oil, peanut oil. It doesn't really matter as long as you're seasoning the skillet. Okay? Because you need to be seasoning the skillet with a good oil. And what this does is it just conditions the metal, conditions your cast iron. It really gets in there. And the heat that we turned on, the heat in the cast iron skillet is really what opens up those pores and lets all that good oil in there to kind of really grease it up and get it looking pretty. Now I like to come over it with the other side, the drier side of the paper towel, and just kind of soak up some of that extra olive oil, just like that. And better grab our nifty pot holder because it's a little warm now. But you can see that is a beautiful non-stick surface. I mean, it's like brand new. If you do that every time, or at least every other time when you cook in here, I can guarantee you will not have a single mess in one of these skillets. I've made cornbread, which is on my YouTube channel. I think it's one of the previous videos I've done. You can do, you know, quiches. I mean, you can do eggs. You name it, you can cook it in one of these cast iron skillets. And you know what, folks? Every time you're done making something in there, it's that easy to clean. No dishwasher, no soap, just a rinse, you know, a light scraping with a spoon, heat it up, make sure it's dry. That's the biggest thing. You got to make sure these cast iron skillets are dry, because if they're not dry, they'll rust. And believe me, that's not something you want to have happen, because that's a big ordeal and procedure to re-season it. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys how I like to clean my cast iron and everything. Hopefully I'll be on pretty soon, getting you guys a video of something made in the cast iron skillet. Walk you guys through a full recipe and take it from top to bottom, from A to Z. Anyway, this is Fleeting Freedom signing out.